Hey, another video. And this time I would like to talk about the recurrent dreams that I had as a child. And in my last fast, I got it again. And I know why. Because I've been looking into the game Arc Raiders and is in my one of my last videos about the locusts from the bottomless pit. They with breastplates and a little bit scorpion like, and that made me think of the drones from DARPA. Actually, in my childhood dream, I was being attacked by a machine, and when the red light would go on, then the machine would kill me. And this is exactly what happened in Arc Raiders. But so when I saw this, I thought, oh my God, this is exactly like in my dream. And so I just looked into the storyline of Arc Raiders because, of course, we've got technology being more and more present in our lives. It's AI, it's injected nanotech, it's the chips, the Bluetooth codes. And we know that in the Bible it says that iron and clay do not mix. So warfare is no longer human to human, but rather human to robot or robot to robots, like with the drones. So yes, when I the storyline of the Ark Raiders is actually very biblical because there had been this exodus, aka rapture, where people left the earth to escape Armageddon. And actually, there was this Stella Montis. There was actually a geothermal research center from 2031, the year. And that was to solve the energy crisis, so called to save the planet, just like we have nowadays. And it was built into the side of a mountain range. And it was funded by a coalition of private tech corporations and government agencies, and it made me think of CERN in Geneva. That's based on a true story. The Hadron Collider in an attempt to prove the Big Bang Theory, clashing molecules together, trying to outperform and mock God. So picking the apple from the forbidden tree of knowledge, comparable to the story of the Tower of Babel, and also the Pandora's box. So once you get that knowledge and once you have access to that knowledge, it can be used for good or for evil. And of course, when the powerful get richer and richer, the poorer get poorer and exploited, just like we see in the real world. And as we know that Lucifer, being the prince of the power of the air, we all know about the electromagnetic fields and how 5G is very bad for our health because we are light energy electromagnetic beings, and we have a biofield that is supposed to protect us, but these magnetic fields, they can actually harm our biofield, and that is our natural protection against radiation sickness. Um, so once this in this Stella Montis, what happened is there were these electromagnetic fields that disrupted human consciousness, and they discovered a way to upload human consciousness to get eternal life. And but it's also a two-way street. There's an upload and a download. And so once they discovered, they opened this Pandora's box, the only way was to destroy it to save humanity. That's also what happened in my favorite book, This Perfect Day from Ira Levin, where Chip, the main character, wants to destroy the Unicomp. That is the world computer. So that's very interesting because that book I was very much intrigued by because Chip, that main character, he had two different colored eyes, and they all want people to be uniformly the same. Just like we've got this all these plastic surgery that makes all those women the same, with those Botox lips or whatever, everybody starts to look less unique. And in the book, Chip, he has two different eyes, like a green and a blue eye. And I was so much identifying with actually Chip. Anyway, so he wants to save humanity and he blew up the Unicomp. Like here in this story from Arc Raiders, they also tried to blow up Stellamontis, but there were still parts that were still not destroyed. So now the raiders, the people that went underground during the Armageddon, so they're post-apocalyptic cowboys. You can say that Arc Raiders, the raiders, are the people that try to save humanity, and the Arcs are the robots. And the raiders, they can either fight each other and get loot from each other, or they can fight together against the robots. Yeah, it's a great story. When you get really into it, it's I didn't know I would be so passionate about this thing, but I even watched the live streams of people actually playing Arc Raiders, and the game is ever evolving because it's like AI monitored. So the smarter the raiders are, the smarter the robots will get as well. So it's there's no winning in this game, I think, and there's always new arcs coming. And why they are coming is because the Stellamontis is still sending out signals that will actually call the robots to protect that system from being completely destroyed. And I think that the raiders, they think that they, by killing the robots, by killing more and more robots, they will win the game. But I think they have to turn off the signal that calls the robots towards it. That is what I think. But that's just, just hypothetically, of course. Um, but I think you have to close a magnetic field. You have to close a demonic realm, so those beings cannot enter our magnetic field, and then our biofields are then again yet again able to protect us. Um, so yes, the thing is that all those robots, all those arcs, they are in this hive mind because they all work together, and even one is called Snitch. And then there's this wasp and a hornet, and there's the queen. So it's all this hive mind idea, and they all want to defend, let's say, this signal that the demonic people or these entities can still come into our realm. Anyways, I just wanted to, yeah, I had this dream about being killed by like a robot with a red light for many times when I was young. Of course, at that time I had no idea what it meant. But now I just saw this game and I thought it's getting real. This is scary when you're killed by a human being, and then you know that that human being will have psychologically a certain difficulty because killing is not in our nature. But if it's a robot, it has no feelings. So then there's no accountability. So that's it worse being killed by a robot than to be killed by a human being. That's what I was thinking. That's why that's added to the scary component of it. So yes, just I don't want to make this video too long, but wanted to share my dream, and let me know what you think. Bye.